If you saw my video, why people are leaving the state of Florida, you would have heard the statistic that there are about 1,000 people moving to Florida every single day. But there are some people who are leaving Florida, and one of the reasons has to do with lack of affordable housing. Man, what a frustration or disappointment where you think, man, I'm making solid income here with my career. I make good money. I got a decent down payment. I want to move to Florida. I want to be in the Sunshine State. And then you come here and you can't find anything that meets your needs that you can afford, something that you can be excited about in buying, because purchasing a home is such a big deal. So in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit more about affordable housing options, and I'm going to compare prices in Sarasota compared to Northport. Now, spoiler alert, Northport is more affordable than living in Sarasota if you have a Sarasota mailing address. But I want to show you a little bit more in this video today about what that actually looks like. Hi, I'm Jill Thomas, and each week I bring new videos about real estate here in the Sarasota area. I love my job. I love what I do, helping people like you. And then I also bring other videos about what it's like to live here in this area or just live in the Sunshine State, the pros and cons of everything. So if you've been thinking about coming here or maybe leaving here, then this might be a good channel for you to subscribe to and keep on watching these videos. But then really what I appreciate more than anything is when you are ready to make a move, or even if you just have questions, please reach out to me. Call, text, email me. I'm here to help you out. I'm here to help you navigate those waters. Now, when I compare the cost of housing, or when I look at that in my area that I work in, Sarasota and Manatee Counties, to other parts of the country, those numbers vary so much. There's some areas where the housing is so much more affordable, and there's other areas where the housing's a lot more money. And then when you live here, you have to factor in, of course, property taxes, insurance, maybe HOA dues, or even CDD fees. And so there's a lot of variables involved. So depending on who you are and where you're coming from, for some of you, you might see all of this as being super affordable, and then for others it could be a huge challenge. And so I want you to know what you're up against. I want you to be aware of all of these things in our housing market. You know, before you put your house on the market up north or do something else like that, you need to know what your options are and what everything really looks like. So in this video, I want to give you a clear picture of all of that. Now, truthfully, the most expensive areas here are when you're living, besides the barrier islands, of course, if you're living on the water at all, you know, Siesta Key, Lido Key, Longboat Key, Casey Key, all that, you know, that's top dollar. If you're living on the water from the mainland, of course, that's good money. And then you're talking Sarasota and then Lakewood Ranch. So those are really most expensive areas. And of course, they're most desirable areas. Now, most recently in the city of Sarasota, just not in Sarasota itself, but in the city of Sarasota, they're trying to work on some avenues to provide more affordable housing for folks and incentivize some builders or some developers. But like when I was really reading the article in detail, I just think it's going to be a drop in the bucket. I don't think it's going to be a huge help. It could, obviously it's going to help, you know, with a handful of people, it can help for sure, but I don't think we're going to see these drastic improvements because it's on a pretty small scale. They're optional incentives for these builders and developers. So I think the city's aware of it, the county's aware of it, of the lack of affordable housing, but I don't think that they're doing huge things by leaps and bounds to help with that. So now let's get going. Where can you get the most bang for your buck? Definitely Northport. But first, we're going to talk about the prices in Sarasota. So what I want to show you is the real prices in real life, in real time, of what's going on in Sarasota and Northport. So this first point is the Sarasota home prices. I'm right in our MLS. This is it. It's a great way to get some easy peasy statistics. It gives you some ideas of what is going on in an area. So this first search is for Sarasota County with the Sarasota mailing address, because you know Sarasota County does include Northport, Venice, Nokomis, Osprey, part of Englewood. You know, so we're just going to focus on Sarasota, just single family homes in the last 180 days. So we're going back about 6 months, and that is it. So first, there are 1,272 results. Let's take a look at the map so you can get an idea of what this looks like. So this is all over. Sarasota County goes all the way down to here, but we're just in this corridor up here. In fact, see that? That's it. You can see that the bulk of them are west of I-75 here. There are some over to the east, but this is all about statistics. And I want to make sure you guys really understand what this is all about when you do see statistics online. This is super important for you to understand. I could also do a search if I just wanted to keep everything west of I-75, but right now I'm going to include all of it, so you really understand what is involved. So we're going to jump over to our results now. Like I said, we have almost 1,300, and it goes from lower price points to higher. So first, let's take a look. We're going to grab all of these. So here are all of these that are sold. On the small side, minimums of 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 400 square feet. They listed at $1,000. They sold it for $115,000. And then at the high end, a 7 bedroom, 9 bath home listed at $10 million, sold for 7.5. But now this is really what we want to focus on, are the average or median. And really, when you see those statistics, when you get reports, they usually just focus on the median sale price. So in Sarasota, from the last 180 days, the median sale price is $580,000 with a list to sale price ratio of 0.98. So that means that the homes have been selling for about 98% of what they were listed for. Now, it can always go for more, it can be less. These are just statistics, and they are ever changing, because tomorrow we'll go back another 180 days and we're going to lose the first day of these 180 days. So we need to be mindful of that. So it's a moving, breathing thing here. So we're going to go back to our numbers, or to our list of sold homes. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, great, Jill, I get it. Like 580, I can't afford that. But look at all these other homes I see that are selling, because here's the closed prices, 115,000, in the 200s. I'll take one of those, right? Like, no problem. I don't mind if I have to do a little fixing up. So here's one home I want to show you. It's on Richard Place. So, good location. It's still west of I-75, listed at $250, sold for $200. Let's look at the condition of this house. Like, this is definitely a cash buyer. This roof is going to cave in. You can close the garage at some point. I can just smell the filthy, stenchy smells. And just so you know, like, obviously maybe in some of these properties I've listed or sold, but the ones I'm showing you right now, I did not. So this is a hot mess. This is what you're going to get for $200,000. Another home I want to show you. Oh, now this one's a little cutie patootie. This one sold for $306,000. Jefferson Avenue, but it's only a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. It's under 1,000 square feet. You can tell it's a wood frame home, and they put some siding on it. There's no garage, but look at how adorable this is. But this is what you'll get, or you can get something like this for $300,000. But it's adorable. Nice size yard, although the house is small, so the yard probably will look big because it's got such a small footprint. And not having a garage makes a difference. Here's, a positive home. All right, let's look at another one that's closer to that median sale price. All right, this home on Bougainvillea Street in the Southgate area sold for $560,000. And this is a charming house, but it's only a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. It's not very big, or it's not huge, almost 1,300 square feet, but it's a solid house. 1 car garage. The yard is very Florida friendly, but they did some nice updates to this home. Sorry, my dog's barking at something. The lawn guy's outside. He was mowing earlier, making noise. They did some really lovely things to this home. It's a smaller house, yes, but it's really cute. And they've got this beautiful backyard, very Florida friendly. It doesn't require a lot of watering, just a little strip of grass. So if you had just a small dog, just enough for them to do their thing. My guess is yes, there's this air conditioner right there. This was all enclosed. They either extended it or there was a lanai there before and they enclosed it. I bet this is wood frame because the front is clearly block. So that's something that they did to extend that in the back. So here we are, good enough. And then one other home I want to show you that's for a bit more money. Now here's a home on Grove Street that I think is super adorbs. This one is west of the trail, west of 41. So it's a great location, 4 bedroom, 4 bath, adorable 1925 house. It sold for $1.45 million last October. Beautiful character. It looks like they did some lovely things, really tried to keep the aesthetics of this 1920s home. I think it's a lovely. and I'm always a sucker for these older homes. It gets my attention, like I said in the introduction, is depending on where you're coming from, there's a huge difference, in expectations and prices. Where I'm from in Toledo, my sister-in-law's home, she lives in this adorable neighborhood that is adjacent to the University of Toledo. They've got really cool older homes, kind of like this, but different because it's a northern home, of course. And those homes go for, I don't know, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. You can get a huge house in that neighborhood, a fabulous house, for a fraction of this price. So of course, if this home was east of the trail, east of 41, the price would go down. So it's all about location as well. But I just want to give you some samplings of these homes in our area. And then of course the prices go up even higher than this. Like, see this home right here again is our closed sales column. So 1.5, 1.7, 1.9, goes up and up. And a lot of these homes are west of the trail. They're on water. Maybe they're out east on, a couple acres. They're on Bird Key. They're out on Lido Key or something like that. And then there's definitely a mixture of homes with HOA dues, without HOA dues, flood zone, no flood zone. Most of the homes, but not all, will be on sewer and county water. There's still a few homes out there on septic and well, but for the most part. So I hope this gives you an idea of what we're talking about. But again, we want to focus on that median sale price. Let's go back to our chart one more time before we cut out of this section. So again, that median sale price here is $580,000 at median size, 1,900 square feet, even the average. So, around 2,000 square feet for these homes, $580,000. And we're really close with that list to sale price ratio. So keep that in mind, because now we're going to jump over and go down to Northport. Now we are going to look in Northport. So point number 2 is Northport, and I want to show you that I'm using the same criteria as I was for Sarasota. So Sarasota County right here, you can see I pulled up Northport, sold properties from the last 180 days. These are all just single family homes right there. And before we had like 1,300 sales. And now in Northport, it's only like 600, 594. Now, what's interesting with this is technically the landmass of Northport is actually a lot larger than Sarasota, but there's just more homes in Sarasota. So this is what we're going to look at with Northport. Real quick, I'm going to pull up on the map as well, so you can see in terms of location. Let's see, we got to go down here. There we go. So here we are down in Northport, and it's all of this. Like, here's I-75. It comes down, it curves. So it looks like it's going east and west, but we still say we're heading south. And then some of these homes are actually going to be on the other side of Northport here, or of I-75. So you're talking, you're then going to be a little bit farther away from things if you're up that way. So location really does make a huge difference down here in Northport in regards to how close you are to the beaches and things. Because here's Venice Beach. You could go up here to Nokomis Beach. You could zip down to Englewood. So that all makes a difference for sure. And then other things here in Venice or in Northport. Let's see, there's this aquatic center. No, we're going way too far east. In this area, they've got this right here. There's this nice aquatic center. So there's things down here I'm going to talk about in just a bit in regards to Northport. So there's some things going on. We got warm mineral springs. So now let's look at those statistics. Okay, now huge difference. Again, half the number of sales, low end 71,000, high end 895, not millions of dollars. Now, sometimes we'll see a house down there in Northport that sells for over $1 million, but it would be a really large lot, maybe some kind of horse farm or something like that. And then let's look at our median sale price. Our median sale price in Northport is $363 compared to like the $580 of Sarasota. The list to sale price ratio is pretty tight, 1%. It's right there. Again, this is why this is still considered a seller's market. Things are still selling close to list price. There's still a demand, all of that. With Sarasota, the average size of the home was about 2,000 square feet. Here in Northport, a teeny bit smaller, like around 1,600. So that's a little bit of a difference as well. And here you can actually see the average and the median sale price are all pretty tight. So it goes to show that that's a very concentrated price point, that 350 to 400, let's say, you're going to get a pretty decent house for that money. So now let's jump over and look at those homes. So the first house I want to show you is actually a street called Stardust. Doesn't that sound lovely? So this is an older home, and in Northport, there's definitely a mix of older homes and newer. They did build some in the 60s 60s and 70s, and then they did a ton in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. So this home was built in 79. It was only on the market a day, and it sold for slightly over list price, and it just closed in February. So this is a really recent sale. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1364 square feet. So compared to the other home in Sarasota in the 200 mark, that house was a mess. And this one, yeah, is it all updated? No, but you can live in it. You know, the other one was a pit. It was falling apart. You were definitely looking at a cash buyer with that other one. And this one, as long as the roof and everything is okay, there's some things okay with it, somebody could just move right in. Most of the lots, not all, but most of the lots in Northport are about 10,000 square feet. So that's a nice thing. And then the next one I want to show you, and real quick, I also want to show you, look at all these, 335, 335, 337, 360, 340. So there's a lot of homes that have sold in the 300,000 price range. So on Camel Avenue, now this home sold for 345. It's a new house, 2022, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. But here's the thing, is a lot of these homes in Northport are on well and septic. There are some that are maybe just septic and county water if you're closer to a larger road, a main road. But look, this is a lovely home. So that's why we're talking about this affordability and what's the difference. So in comparing to Sarasota to Northport, you know, we're farther away from Sarasota for sure, but look, you can get a really lovely home in the 300,000 price point, brand new house. But there's another one I want to show you that's for a little bit more money, but it's an older home. So this one right here, I don't know how you say this, 1525 Carlick Street. Again, I did not sell any of these homes. I want to make sure that's crystal clear. This house was built in 2005, sold for $365. So this is our median sale price right here, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's a bigger home, 2281 square feet. You got that 3-car garage. That's nice. A little dark in here. The agent took their own pictures. Nice tray ceilings, large rooms. When I first looked up here, I thought that was like a big slab of meat wrapped up. Threw me off a bit. But nice sized bathrooms. Again, that large garage, lanai. So there we are. What's the size of this lot here? Oh, it's a little bit bigger. I thought so, 12,000 square feet. But like I said, most of them are 10,000 square feet. And then there's one other home I want to show you. So let's say you go, hey, you know what, Jill? No, I can, what can I get for more money? You know, if I spend a little bit more, what can I do in Northport? So let me show you that. All right, so this home sold for $580,000. And this, again, is that median sale price in Sarasota. So what can you get for $580 in Sarasota compared to Northport? This is it. 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths. This just closed March 15th. So this is a really recent sale, 2246 square feet. Nice caged lanai. We've got pavers, or maybe might even be stamped concrete. Lovely opening or foyer. This would be the living room. Obviously, they've got the pool table there, but that's what that would normally serve as. And this would be the dining space that's adjacent to it. So the pool table's right over here to the left. Beautiful kitchen. Nice large kitchen. So think, if you had $580,000, would you prefer a house like this in Northport, so it's not Sarasota, or do you want to be in Sarasota and get, you know, a lot less for your money? They have a ton of built-ins in here. Look at all those great cabinets. So you can tell they've done some updating from even when they bought it. I think I said it was 2005. Nice size lanai, beautiful pool area. Look at that private back there. Now keep in mind, when you see these homes in Northport, if there's nothing behind the house, don't think it's going to be like that forever. Somebody owns that lot. There's so much vacant land down there yet that in time somebody could build back there. So just want to warn you, man, great outdoor kitchen. It's fantastic. Beautiful. What a beautiful setting. I love it. Look at all those palm trees back there. So this is a lovely home, epoxy garage floor. So it's a beautiful home. Let's see what the size of the lot is, 10,000 square feet. So here's some of the differences you can get. I want to just show you this between Sarasota and Northport and the value in Northport, and it is improving. I'm actually going to be listing a lot in Northport. The lot's 20,000 square feet, and it's in an area where it does have county water and sewer. So that's huge. So if you're interested in building down there, that's an option as well. You don't have to just take a resale. So there's new homes, new construction being offered down there. You can buy a lot, have something custom made, or you can buy a resale, something like this. So I'm sorry, this is from 2002, not 2005. So huge difference in what you can get between Sarasota and Northport. Number 3, the Northport lifestyle. So we can clearly see that Northport is less expensive than Sarasota, but is it the right lifestyle for you as well? You think, well, yeah, I want to move to Florida, but I don't want to live in an area I won't enjoy. Now, I did do a deep dive on Northport a couple of times in some videos, so check out videos numbers 55 and 119. I'll make sure that the links to those videos are below in the description so you can take a look at those. But Northport can definitely stand on its own, and there's something to say about it. It's really come a long way in the last 20, 30 years. I moved down here in 1991, and Northport was, I'll be honest with you, it was not very exciting. But now, lots of build up with stores and restaurants and everything. Before you used to have to go to Port Charlotte or Sarasota or Venice to go get just about anything, and now everything is down there for you. First, we've got Welland Park down there, and even though Welland Park, people will say, oh, Welland Park's in Venice, it's got a Venice mailing address. I'll be honest with you, most of Welland Park is technically in Northport. It is Northport. But what's nice is just the proximity. All those homes I showed to you on the map, they're going to be close to Welland Park. And Welland Park is huge, is growing. There's a lot of going on down there. You got the Atlanta Braves Stadium there. They're going to have their own downtown area. So that's going to be a little bit more exciting, and then just going to Panera Bread or Olive Garden or something like that that's there in Northport. So we've got that with the Welland Park area, which is awesome. Northport's got a really great community center and aquatic center. It's a great place for people of all ages to go there, with the swimming area. I've never gone swimming there or, use the aquatic center, but they've got an awesome community center for people, like I said, of all ages. You can take classes there. So it's really neat. There's so many things going on. The community as a whole always puts on different events and activities for all the big holidays. I love that about it. So it's got its own little thing going on. It's got its own vibe. I wouldn't say it's as artsy as the Sarasota area. That would not be an accurate statement, but you're still not far from Sarasota or far from Venice to go to those things. So you're still really close. You're in the same county. All right. We're not talking driving, from way out in the middle of nowhere going into a big city. We're all in the same county. It's not that far of a drive. You're talking 30 minutes to get to Sarasota. It's not that bad. And then really the proximity to the beaches, especially even compared to Lakewood Ranch to the beaches. When you're in Lakewood Ranch, again, depending on where you're at, you can be pretty far out there. It could be a 45, 50-minute drive, especially during season. In Northport, it could be, again, depending on where you live, it could only be maybe a 20-minute drive to the beaches. So that's really special. Most of Northport, with the exception of Welland Park, there are no CDD fees, and there's very few communities with HOA dues. And then because you're not in these communities with an HOA, you definitely have a lot more liberty to do with your property as you want. Of course, the county, of course, the city of Northport is going to have different rules and regulations with some things, but just because you want to paint your house, you don't have to get those colors approved by some committee or something like that. You can have your boat in your driveway, so you've got a lot of latitude, and so people love that. And it just isn't as busy yet. Like I said when I was doing on the computer, the area of Northport is so much bigger than Sarasota, but there's less homes, there's less people. So if you want to avoid some of that traffic, living in Northport is a really good place to be. So I hope you maybe have a new appreciation for Northport or a fresh perspective, or maybe you say, no, Jill, I still don't want to be there. That's okay. I'm not trying to talk you into it, but I want you to see there is some value in Northport. And I think the property values are only going to go up living there. Okay, so there we have it. That's my video on pricing between Sarasota and Northport. So what do you think? What did I forget to mention? put it in the comments below. As always, I don't mind for you to add some extra thoughts, maybe bring some clarification in. That's okay. I want people to understand everything that they can know about these areas. And then if you have more questions for me about Northport or even about Sarasota or the pricing, because I'll do some more of these pricing comparisons to other areas as well. But I just want to show you some areas of affordability here in Sarasota County. So I hope this was a help to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.